Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sakura Reserve. Today, we complete the park with our most ambitious dinosaurs yet. Introducing dangerous apex carnivores, and we build a custom lagoon for some of nature's most incredible marine dinosaurs. From land to the sea, this is the final balance. So, let's complete the Sakura Reserve. Alright, we are back in the Sakura Reserve. Right as we start eggs found. So, goal today is to complete our carnivore enclosure, introduce 2, maybe 3 more dinosaurs, and we'll also start and finish the lagoon area. There are some very vocal dinosaurs over here. But we have way more of the Mosasaurus. I know I didn't say that right. Yeah, we got 5 now. But we really have filled this park up, guys. We started right out here, moved our way down, introduced the Stegoceratops as our first dinosaur. These guys deserve all the love. They got everything going. And I don't think there's a space wasted, to be honest, because this attraction is probably our largest in the whole park, and looking forward to how the rest of this section of the park looks like. And then we had also finished up the aviary last time. Very, you know, booming looking area here. Yeah, this is great. Might have to do a walkthrough. We'll have to do like a quick kind of walkthrough because walking on each area, each path is going to take some time. So we'll go ahead, introduce some new carnivorous dinosaurs. Last time we had gotten the Majungasaurus, I believe. Let's see if we can find... I hear them. Oh, there you are. Yeah, look at these guys. I mean... they're so awesome. This guy is really giving me the whole... not giving me the whole, but he's giving a volcanic-like vibe, right? With the molten rock on the bottom and then the lava on the top pattern. I think he might be the coolest looking Majungasaurus.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay, let's...
we are pleased to welcome a Compsognathus to the park.
Let's get to our hatchery. I was hoping that she wasn't giving us bad news. Like, oh, storm warning. Like, right at the beginning of the episode. Really? We're getting right into it. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what our options are. We'll get, for sure, another large dinosaur. And then maybe 2 small dinosaurs. Yeah, I think we'll do this. I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I was looking for something on my phone here. I didn't want to get the name wrong again. Although I should have this memorized at this point. But Violet Pixie Diva had recommended maybe the... how do you say it?
Carnotaurus.
Carnotaurus, yeah. They had recommended this dinosaur, so I'm thinking this guy looks pretty cool. And I like the horns he's got going on there. Are his feet bigger? Paws? What? Claws? You know, whatever you might call that. Is it bigger than the T-Rex? Where are you? Nope. This guy definitely... I feel like the T-Rex might just be large in general. But we'll definitely synthesize this guy. Really liking the horns. So... we'll random generate. Ooh, that is really cool though. It does have other cool colors, but we've been doing the random generated genomes, and it's been pretty fun to see what we get. Yeah, the Toro color looks so cool. Okay. We'll go ahead and begin that, and then we'll move them over. Oh, that was fast. That was very fast. Alright, cool. So, short-lived, intelligent as negative traits, aggressive, intelligent, intelligent. Okay. Only in this game will you see intelligence as a negative trait. Right? Alright. So, male, male. We'll do 2 of each. Ooh, okay. That's pretty cool. And oh yeah, I think this was the pattern we saw. That's just so fitting with the horns. He's cool. Okay. And then we'll do a female here. Yeah, she's pretty cool actually. We don't really have, we might. I probably haven't paid attention probably, but with the red, what would you call these? Scales almost? There, I know there must be a name for that, but going along the green skin color, it's pretty cool. We got 2 females, 2 males. Get that started. How much time we got? Oh, these guys are moving fast. Okay. I actually cannot wait to just walk throughout the park because we have really completed this area. And I'm so excited to see what our next park is like. Because that one, we're going to really go heavy into custom building. Really taking advantage of the modular building in the game. Looking forward to that. I mean, we have to do a traditional release. This is the first dinosaur of the episode. And with how cool these guys look, we're going to have to do traditional. And then we'll airlift them over. Wow.
This animal is a classic predator. The Carnotaurus can move fast, has an excellent sense of smell, and is willing to sink its teeth into anything or anyone.
Okay. Thank you, Isaac. That didn't scare me at all. So, this guy right here, the way they're just strutting right now. I mean, look at this. These are predators. They're not messing around. And I hope, I mean, Isaac said they will sink their teeth into anything. You know, we do have those gyrospheres, and they say they're well protected, but, you know, let's hope it's good enough. Right at the start of the episode, we're getting a storm. Isn't that just wonderful? Oh, you just love to see it. Wait, where's the 4th one? I thought we had 4. What? Gonna have to look into that. That's very odd. This is a female. Is also okay. That's very odd. What happened to? I'm not crazy, right? You guys saw 4. We synthesized 4. Is that maybe something? Is this guy having trouble? Let's do it. We'll do it for you. Although, if you guys know, I'm not better. I'm not any better. Okay, if I can get the helicopter to slow down a little bit here, we'll have try to shoot ahead of them. Oh, they are moving. These guys are fast. Okay, I think it's because they're also agitated. Can they jump? Because oh my goodness, I think I should have just had the other guy do this. Okay, the sedative is not working, apparently. That's cool. Am I just gonna have to let them take control? Oh, nice. Are you kidding me? 90%. Am I gonna have to... Oh! Did we really just get him right on the tail? That was awesome. I think I'm too close. Don't jump on me, please. There you go. That wasn't hard at all. Alright. What is this? Oh no. Rest in peace, buddy. Yeah, these guys, you know, they've been here with us since day one. That's incredible. I mean, it's incredible that they've lasted as long as they have. Not incredible that he's passed away. He or she? No, she. Rest in peace, bud. Okay, let's transfer them over. Okay. Now, we will let them take maybe this area over as our home. Oh, gotta finalize that. And then they'll, you know, eventually grab whatever land they want to grab. We're gonna find out how this is gonna work with these, you know, alpha dinosaurs mixing together. There may be fights. I'm a little bit worried about that, to be honest. So we'll get them moved over. We should just get 2 more dinosaurs synthesized. We'll see how they interact with the Majungasaurus, and then we'll move over to the lagoon. Okay. I did want to get the Utah Raptor, but, you know, not very appropriate for our region since they are more from the northwest. These guys are so cool. I mean, Pyroraptors as well. Where are they originally from? Southern France? Okay. Let's see if we can get... Oh my goodness. I mean... How do you say that?
Compsognathus.
Compsognathus. I mean, look at the hops. I think they'll bring a little bit of a relief into the enclosure, so I have to. I don't know why it's making me laugh so much because they are cool. I can't imagine they're going to be that big though. So we'll go ahead and get this started. Yeah, you guys are moving fast today. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Female. This reminds me of like a lizard. The gecko. Especially with that skin color. Oh. Does that not look like a iguana? Would I be right on that? We got two. We'll get one more male. Alright, nice. I'm gonna have to do traditional release because there's so many of them, and I'm curious to see how large they are. Although that could take some time because they're gonna have to, you know, tranquilize them, and then we're gonna have to move them over. But I want to see these guys. Yeah, we're gonna do traditional release. Okay, yeah, they are small. Oh my goodness. I'm actually happy we went with them. Much more different.
This dinosaur has a bite much worse than its size suggests. The Compsognathus should never be underestimated, though I fear it often is. Let's make sure we educate the world about the reality of animals like this one.
Oh, they're so cute, but they will mess you up. I understand that. The guy just said, you know, don't underestimate them. They're reminding me of the, was it in the 3rd Jurassic Park movie or the 2nd one where... Let me just mark these guys. Oops. 336, yes. Was it in the 2nd or 3rd one where the kid and the uncle had the parachute accident, and when the kid had saved Dr. I'm gonna have to rewatch the movies because I can't remember the doctor's name, but when he had saved him and took him into his little shelter, there was a bunch of these kind of guys just running around outside, and the kid had warned the doctor about him. That's what they reminded me of, those dudes. Are we still transferring these guys? Let's see how they're looking over here. Alright. We will build up their home, get them what they need. Wonder how the guests feel. Because if I saw this dinosaur, I would definitely be intimidated. They're pretty scary looking.
Those dinosaurs are really not happy about cohabiting. And any unstable system demands the courage to face its implications. You're going to need to be brave to resolve this mess, or at the very least, cowardly but efficient. Honestly, I'd be happy either way.
So the thing I was worried about, I just got called out on. Majungasaurus is here. Majungasaurus, okay. So, I mean, Dr. Malcolm is telling us right now, this is probably not the best idea. Yeah, they're kind of creeping into their territory. These guys are coming into their area. We're gonna find out. This is one of those parks again that we have learned a lot since episode 1, and we're gonna continue to learn something right now. Appears. What is this? Why can I not select? Okay, we're gonna have to look into that. So they seem to be okay with these guys. Look at these guys over here. We know they're gonna move around. And we'll see what's going on with the one that we're not able to select. Where did they go? Now, they are small. Very small. So even trying to find him or her is gonna be quite hard. We should have just airlifted release, or done a release via airlift, and avoid situations like this. If you guys plan to make a dinosaur, or just a park in Jurassic World Evolution 3, sometimes you don't need to do traditional release, unless, you know, of course, it's really cool to see them, but maybe just do that, just take them out like that. Is this our guy right here? That needs to be transported. Is it because he's so small? Sorry, that's so bright, guys. Why can't I select him? Maybe I'll have to do it on my own. That has to be some kind of glitch. That's so weird. Okay. Not sure. Oh my gosh. Look at the way they just sit in the... Or not sit, but the way the hook has them. And they're just so tiny. I'm worried we're not going to be able to see them over here. Let's see. Here they come. That aggressive drop. Yeah, I mean, these guys are small. Oh, okay, we may... Actually, you know what? I'm happy with the decision. They're so adorable, and they're not going to take, like, too much space, so... Let's go ahead and get their home built up a little bit. You do need prey. Take care of that for ya. Not sure why I rotated that. I don't think it mattered too much. And okay, so you guys are a big fan of wetland. You should have wetland. Okay, arid, water, and wetland. Got it. Can I... wondering if I can make like a cliff right here. Let's see. Raise terrain. The intensity up.
Asset being transported.
Has been dispatched automatically to deal with dinosaur health issue. Okay. To know. Was that a good idea? Is that gonna be a problem? Might have to move this. Once the goat comes out, I'll move this. In a weird spot again. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so that should be what's going on here. Okay, thought one of them was a Majungasaurus. You guys are just talking? Okay. Don't be scheming anything and, you know, starting a war with the Majungasaurus. That would not be good. Now, do we have enough range? Is this covering our other friends? We might have to put another one right here because there are going to be a few more in here.
No problem.
Yeah. And you guys do need just more things. Maybe do this.
Asset delivered.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. I've not used the grassland, is it? Yeah, arid grassland too much, but really goes well with the backdrop of the waterfall. Okay, and you need wetland. Excuse me. This should be fine. Are we covering the... No, not too bad. Was checking the path of the gyrospheres. And maybe just right back here as well. Since there's not really much of a viewing gallery going on here. This one is there, so we'll try not to block that. And maybe get a... Is it the marsh? Yeah, marsh is kind of... Just around that, maybe... Yeah, that's nice. We'll see what it looks like on the ground. But they need just a little more wetland. Probably do that right here, actually. There we go. All good on that front. And we'll go ahead and check up on our little small friends. Oh, you know what? Actually, they do need some more food. I think I placed down just 2 feeders. That should be fine, right? 2 feeders should be fine, actually, but just in case. Alright. Let me quickly try again. Another one. There is Xenosaurus. Oh my goodness. Oh, you were so cool too. Yeah, old age is really catching up to these dinosaurs right now. Where's the second one? Okay. Now, do they take care of this on their own? It's kind of looking sad with the, you know, the skull emblems. Okay, I'm trying to stay still and see if I can see the little mini friend of ours. Are you checking up? Yeah, you are. Okay. Let's go ahead and try this again. I hope it works. Maybe speed that up. Okay. You're having trouble? I don't know how you're seeing that. This would be an impossible task, and you guys know I'm not about to try that. My eyesight is not that great. Okay. Rewild. Interesting. It's an option I haven't really thought about. I believe they're right about there. Now trying to find these guys is going to be tricky because I need to give them what their environment needs. And how are you supposed to find these guys? I still love this. This is so cool. Is that a goat? Yeah, that's a goat. Where are you? Did I see something here?
Asset in transit.
Now we're up to 3. Yeah, I mean, I might have to turn that setting off for a future build so that we don't lose too many dinosaurs. You don't want to see that. Is there a way to click on the enclosure and see what animals are in here? Because we had this trouble with the iguanodon. They're not tiny by any means like these guys, but we just had trouble finding them. And in Planet Zoo, if you just click on the habitat wall or enclosure barriers, it tells you what animals are in the area and where they are. Is there management view? Okay. There we go. Should have just done that from the get-go. Alright. Oh, you're already happy? Thriving? Because we've kind of filled this area up for the Majungasaurus, so it must be working for them as well. Yeah, you guys have everything you need, actually. Meat, 2 for 1. Maybe we just give you some more meat option? There's one there. I keep putting it on the path of the gyrostation. Okay. And we will need a nest. Definitely small. Wait, this is their area, I believe. Multiple nests required. Okay. It says multiple nests required, so I wonder why. That should be fine, right? Yeah, we're not getting any warnings now. Lovely. Just cover this area up for them as well. Looking a little bit too open now. Oh, there's gonna be so many of them, I have a feeling. Yay, sunlight's out. It was a little too dark for a while. Okay, and I really did like this wetland from before. Trees are kind of random. They work a little bit. I mean, I love them. They look amazing, but does it really match? Kind of goes with that area. Sometimes I think I get too picky about what kind of foliage I'll place. Yeah, that should be fine. And another thing I haven't done actually is just more viewing galleries for this area. So we'll do that right now. These are the hatcheries and such. There we go. We can definitely place one inside. Now, if we did that, I'd love to have this actually. Could do this. They're a little tucked away. That guy's gonna have to move. I think it's the Mosasaurus. If we did something like that, you're getting the Mosasaurus area and the Carnotaurus. I think I said that wrong. Okay. And let's go ahead and place that. Oh, that's right there. So make sure we're not in the way of that. Actually, this is an open space. Why not just place it over here? Buildable areas over here. I shouldn't be having a problem. Okay. I believe that is connected.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Alright.
we have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our
Just to make it look a little
magnificent
nicer. I have to do scenery. Under rocks, yes. Okay. Maybe something a little darker. That's temperate. Tropical. Let's see what options we get. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna really work for us. So, ooh, that's pretty cool actually. Making sure we don't block anything for them. Can I use this? Oh my goodness. I mean, is this the size of the... This... I have never seen a rock this huge in the game. Not Planet Coaster 2, Planet Zoo. That's awesome. I'm glad they made something like that. We'll have to find a way to use that in the future. Maybe for the next part, for Kronos Sanctuary. I think that would be useful for the idea I have, and I look forward to sharing that with you guys when that time comes. I think you guys are going to really like it. And I know I've already talked about how it is going to be loosely based on the Land Before Time theme. Almost just like an ode to something nostalgic. But instead of building like a traditional park that this might be, I'm going to try something different. And we'll see if it works. And you guys will join me on that. Yeah, this shit... Oh. Okay. Gotta, you know, gotta keep some things in mind. That was a bit embarrassing. Go ahead. Something like that. I know I'm kind of blocking the door there, but I was hoping to maybe just block this out entirely like we've done here. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Compsognathus to the park.
So I want to see if what these guys actually look like in comparison to these gyrospheres, because I can't tell if they're bigger than the Mosasaurus. I know I can just go into the information, check who is what size is what for each one. I think we gotta do a close-up. I mean, that looks so cool. Except for the part where they just walk through themselves. Are you doing some business? Why are you sitting like that? I mean, these guys are big, but I think the Mosasaurus might actually be bigger. Just hop over this hill really quick. This is like when you measure TV for another wall. You just put your arms out, see without any ruler or measuring tape to help you. Try to see what's bigger. To be honest, it looks like they might be either... So Mosasaurus might be smaller. Or they're kind of similar in size. But the Mosasaurus definitely looks smaller. I'm sorry to these guests, you're gonna have to find your way back. I would like to actually... Is there a thing like a Zoopedia? We need 2 more species to make that be 100%. We'll definitely get 2 in the Lagoon, but what do you guys think? Do we introduce... We've got 2 large, 1 small carnivorous dinosaur. I think we get something like a... Maybe not the Velociraptor, because we've done that in a previous park. It's someone similar. Oh, these guys are so cool. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly check. 2.9 meters is the height on the... Where are you at, Mosasaurus? There you are. 2.8. Okay, by 0.1 difference. I mean, we called it, right? Just that much of a difference. It seemed a little bit more obvious. That's why you have to check that. But they're really not off. I mean, they do look very similar in that sense. When it comes to size, oh my goodness. I mean, the Indominus Rex. I kind of want to synthesize that. Let me just quickly check. So, 8.4. Since we are in the Sakura Reserve, and this is a Japanese-inspired park, one of the most famous characters in Japanese cultures, and huge for us, is is Godzilla, right? And I don't think we have any representation of Godzilla or something like that in this park so far. Sure, Mosasaurus can be something like that, or even the Carnotaurus.
Carnotaurus.
I was like, what word did you just say? That is not the dinosaur we're looking at. So, they're cool. But Godzilla is, you know, Godzilla. We gotta have someone match the, this guy, it's got some interesting, eyes, or whatever the, that's not a crest, right? The way it comes over the eye. I mean, that's a brow for us, but I'm not sure. How big are you? I want to get the largest guy we can find. So T-Rex right now is at a 8.4. The Indominus Rex was, I believe, 6, right? 6.7. So T-Rex is, I mean, your name is Gigantosaurus.
Giganotosaurus.
No, it's not. Giganotaurus. Giganotosaurus? Some of these names. 5.3? Okay. You're so cool, though. I mean, with the scales on the back leading up to the tail is very similar to what Godzilla has. But I think I'm taking size as the main factor right now. But if we want to go for someone that looks close to Godzilla, this guy is it right here, I think. Diplodocus. These guys, I mean, these guys are something else. Okay, I don't want to get too distracted. Let's find... These guys are funny. Now, something I'm not seeing properly. Did you get... Oh, I was looking at the weight. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I was looking at the weight for some reason. So T-Rex is at 5.2 meters. Indominus Rex is larger than the T-Rex. They don't know the weight. That's funny. So, I'm sorry for if a couple minutes ago you were just listening to me and you're like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong. What are you talking about? I've mixed up my weight and height. So T-Rex is smaller than the Indominus, and where is this guy? Let's just make sure I had that right. Okay, so pretty close. They're heavy set though. Indominus Rex and the
Giganotosaurus.
Giganotosaurus is our top options right now. Okay. That's cool.
Allosaurus.
Nope.
Acrocanthosaurus.
Acrocanthosaurus. These guys are cool and they seem like they would be fast. But yeah, makes sense. They're not that big. Yeah, I feel like rather than looking and overthinking the decision here, we should just go for those two. Okay. So it's either going to be the Indominus Rex or Indominus Rex is larger than our friend here. But he, I think, weighs... We don't know what the weight is because they don't have that listed here. Okay. We're doing it. We're doing the Indominus Rex. Where did you go? This is gonna be interesting. And they only have a female. Okay. Wait, what is this? That's cool. We're gonna just do random. This should be fun. This is gonna be really fun, you guys. I'm a little bit nervous on how this situation plays out when they get introduced. We're 100% doing a traditional release for the Indominus Rex. We've done it all episode long, and I'm sorry if you guys are tired of seeing that and you just want to see them in the enclosure.
Incubation.
But I think it'd be cool to see them... Sorry, I just started looking at this. Is a lot of negative traits. Okay. Cool. I mean, look at those eyes. Being that she's gonna... We should have actually... You know what? We're gonna synthesize another one. Something I have not done before. We're gonna release the other one, but rewild it. I don't know how that's gonna work, but... I'm actually, instead of gonna do random, we're going to see... We can get a really cool color scheme. Now, Godzilla... I feel like there's been different variations, right? I'm just gonna quickly look up how Godzilla actually looks. Yeah, so I'm looking at a picture. He's really dark, close to black almost. This is cool, but, you know, it doesn't really match that. And not sure how that's purple. There you go. Okay, this is gonna be the best option actually. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. The Svalbard. And I think that's really cool. I think we go for black. Yep. Okay. We'll have to rewild the first one. This is gonna be interesting because I feel like she's just gonna take that whole enclosure.
Synthesis procedure complete.
All right. A few negative traits. That's good. I think the last one had like 5 or 6. Okay, there we go. It's gonna take 50 seconds. Okay, almost a minute. We'll go ahead and... What's going on here? Why is no one checking on you? Response facility.
Heading right to the asset now.
Is it just you? Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Have the Mosasaurus and the Carnotaurus mess around. No, they're keeping to their areas. I'm so sorry for what is about to arrive. Oh, Mosasaurus is kind of creeping around this area. You just stuck your whole head in there. It's good to see they're not really fighting. So that's hope for the Indominus Rex. Oh, she's ready. These are baby Mosasaurus. Oh, that's cute. And right in front of these guys. That's not intimidating at all. Okay. Let's go ahead and release... I was about to say let's release the Kraken. Now, how do I do slow motion? There must be... I think it was comma? I'm looking at my keyboard. I'm trying to remember what button it is. Or key it is. I'm not using controller, I mean key. We'll try to button mash the keyboard. Is it... I think it must just be this. Yeah. Wow.
There was a time where I had nothing but respect for the great minds behind this hybrid. The research it required, the careful genetic splicing of so many exaggerated predator characteristics. Now I respect its creators far less, but the Indominus Rex itself still demands awe.
I agree with you, Dr. Kajal. I did not know the Indominus Rex was a hybrid. But makes sense. They are honestly just the way their eyes are and the whole shape of the head to the rest of the body. I mean, these guys. She's so cool looking. Very, very like small little horns right over the eyes there. It is... Yeah, I'm just like Dr. Kajal said, in awe. And I'm absolutely in awe of this dinosaur. Probably my favorite dinosaur so far. Actually, I don't know if I can say that. There's been some really cool dinosaurs. Oh, we're definitely doing this ourselves. Oh, she is so big, actually. because I'm just thinking from the point of view on the last couple of times we've tried to tranquilize dinosaurs. It's been a challenge because of the size too. That's gonna be easy. Now we're gonna have to get a couple in there, looks like. There you go. Wow. Now, this is gonna be the part that's fun. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Can I cancel that? I don't know why my... Sometimes when you're trying to maneuver around the screen, when I click the left mouse, the clicker on the left side of the mouse, it just adds it in. That's too bad. But pretty cool spot to be dropped off right in front of the waterfall. And force it right into the Majungasaurus territory. Because I was thinking maybe I can introduce her to this side.
Asset transportation in progress.
And actually, while we wait, let's go ahead and get these guys a nest. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. Here she comes. This is going to be interesting. I know Dr. Ian Malcolm is not going to be the happiest because he had already warned us about introducing different species such as these, and especially, you know, when you're doing a carnivorous enclosure, it's going to be kind of a challenge. But it doesn't seem like they're actually, you know, fighting too much. That was a sudden status check. Where is our... I'm gonna pause that. Where is... There it is. Do you guys not have... Oh, okay, this just isn't that far. Yeah, we're gonna have to put another one of those ranger posts right over here. Because we're not really gonna do status checks. Okay. The goat's like, nope, I'm out. Let's see how you compare to the Majungasaurus. Oh yeah, they're right there. I mean, just from that view right there. Wow, oh, wow, wow. Can I get on the ground view? I mean, they're stunning. Honestly, they are so stunning. Like, these guys are cool, but look at the way... Really happy with our choice here. The juvenile is like, nah, not messing around with that. Yep, let's just get out of there. Oops. You just... Are you also in awe? You in awe of that? Because we are. Now, let's make sure she has everything she needs. Can we rename her? Okay. Okay. That's gonna be a problem. That is gonna be a problem. I'm just thinking, do I could place her there. I'm gonna try this. I'm sorry that you're about to get tranquilized once again. And what we're gonna do is move her over to this area and see if that's better. I mean, this hasn't really taken over too much. But we really have all of this empty space. I know she's gonna, you know, venture this way, check things out as well. So, when it comes to space, I'm not worried about that. But I think she needs her own, like, territory. So, this is unoccupied right now. Let's see how that works out. Oh, I kind of do want to see the baby Carnotaurus. Yeah. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name of that dinosaur. I have no clue. Aw, look at them. Their red eyes and horns. I mean...
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome Carnivores. Ladies and gentlemen.
You know, they're babies, right? They're gonna be adorable, but they're still gonna mess us up. That's cool. The parents came to check out the newborns, make sure everything is good. Everything looks good. And let's see if this has helped.
Has been updated. The tornado threat
Multi-
level has been raised.
What? No. Okay. Okay. You guys know our history with their tornadoes. And it's not the greatest. Last time, it took a personal attack. And, of course, started in the new area that we built, the Aviary. And still moved over and destroyed the building that we first built in all of Sakura Reserve. What is it going to do today? Is it... Are we looking at another personal attack? If it attacks the Park Tour building once again, we know what's going on. But my guess is we've been around this area. It is a new spot that we've been, you know, messing around with, building, introducing dinosaurs. It's definitely coming over here. We'll open up the shelters when it that time gets closer, but I think... Yeah, so right now you're just sharing with the Mosasaurus. That's not too bad. Before it was everybody in this area, but this was at like 98%, if you guys remember correctly. Now we're at 30%. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and make sure she has everything she needs. We're gonna have to open up the shelters, actually. That's first priority. I'm not gonna give that tornado any attention. We're just not gonna. I think if we ignore him. See? Do you see what I mean? It started in the new area. Makes sense why the game set it up like that. But this part's not gonna be fun. It's gonna destroy all this. This amazing Gyrostation that an amazing creator in the game has built. Of course it's gonna, you know, do that. But while it's, you know, destroying everything, this is why I haven't built the Aviary yet. I mean, there's other reasons, of course, but I knew you were gonna be coming. It was just a question of when and how long do you plan to stay. Yeah, that's just like... I actually don't know how high up it goes. Wow. That's crazy. And there's different, so like tornadoes have different levels, right? Not tornadoes, sorry, hurricanes. I wonder what tornadoes are referenced as, like the different levels. I know there's a term for it. Oh my goodness. You guys? Okay, it's just Tor disabled. I thought for a second that it still managed to, all the way from our new area, move over here and still attack our Park Tour building. It's taken out the visitor center. I can't with that. Maintenance. Go ahead and add a task. And we'll do different. Oh, it is not stopping. Oh. I totally thought we built. Oh, it's still fine. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm done with that. Yeah, that's intimidating. Let's go ahead and get your home more situated for you. Cover, pasture, water. Go ahead. We'll check up on that in just a second here. I believe the gate is right here, right? Yeah, okay. Seems like you don't need a lot of cover since we do have quite a bit. Oh, you're moving fast. And pasture. Probably just get that right in the middle here. Although we are hurting our cover. Kind of confused as to why we're not getting... This is your territory. Okay, we'll take out some of the cherry blossoms and that'll raise some of that, and then we'll get maybe some water in this area. Oh, what just happened?
Ladies and gentlemen, the tornado has now passed. Please resume your normal activity.
It's forming a territory? Okay, we're gonna have to then wait and see. This area is pretty nice too. I think she's just kind of figuring out where she wants to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize
You could actually take this area if you'd like.
experienced during our recent
She's
handling of
kind of
anomalous
leaning towards that section, so let's see what she does. And I mean, she is the alpha. She's gonna take what she wants. She might even take the Carnotaurus territory. She's happy. Expanding to... Oh, okay. Okay. You're expanding your territory. I see.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
we are pleased to welcome
Alright. While you figure it out and you kind of finalize where you want to be, I will build your home accordingly. Just for the time being, we'll fill in some more cherry blossoms in this area. That might have been too much. We don't want to cover up that viewing gallery. And we could put one more viewing gallery, maybe right here. Will that be okay? You're not really gonna see much there though. And these are just too close to the path. It's gonna cause for congestion. And I'm not gonna really be able to get the path to go over that, so kind of made things a little tricky for myself here. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll have to make something. No reason to keep all of that empty. Maybe a hotel, right? We have just the one. This is the facilities. Actually, air balloon. Is that what it is? The balloon tour thing would be so cool to go over the Carnivores enclosure. As well as a zip line. How would this work? Would I be crazy if I try to make this zip line? Let's try this. You guys are gonna think that, okay, that's as far as it goes. Yeah, that just goes right into the path. Okay. Apparently that's fine. Okay. Are those connected though? I'll have to see here. Where are you looking? Where are you looking there, buddy? That's just making it higher. Kind of confused as to why. Because this one goes to right in the front. Okay. Kinda see what's going on here. We're gonna have to delete the other one. So why it's going up and down is because one needs to be lower than the other. Makes sense for a zipline. Okay. You, sir, are going to be deleted. Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? Because you're riding across this area. To your right, you're seeing this awesome pond, almost volcano looking thing. A couple of those dinosaurs coming through here sometimes, right? Okay. And we have this, but luckily, since the gyrospheres are, going throughout the enclosure, that's the best viewing experience I believe the guests are going to get. So we don't have to focus too much on the outside viewing galleries. We got the two there. I have to think about getting one maybe here, but it just looks too congested. But for now, I think this area looks really cool. Let's see the status on... She's sleeping? Aw. You're sleeping, right? Okay. You've taken this area? Nice, yeah, she was sleeping. You're happy with this? Okay, very cool. Go ahead and make sure that works perfectly because the water is here, some more there. You just need pasture and cover, and that's easy. Maybe add some greenery in here. Really, not that one, maybe the darker. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Calamimus. I think this is a good idea because it kind of separates the regions. You've got this type of foliage nature going on for the Carnotaurus. This going on for the Indominus Rex. And then you got this volcano for our Majungasaurs and our baby dinosaurs. Completely forgot their names again. make sure we're not blocking too much of the view for our guest here. Kind of are. Go ahead, fix that by adding some more pasture. This is pasture? Yeah. The percentage on pasture really isn't going that high up, or it feels like we're not making much of a difference. Definitely bringing our cover down. This area, just so we're not blocking their view too much. I'll have to move this cover actually. Where did you go? You're right here. And okay. Kind of sprinkle them around a little bit, see if that helps. Not about the same. I just feel like I'm going in circles by trying to raise this percentage. It's funny to see how much one dinosaur needs. This is the Carnotaurus nest. Now, the Indominus Rex, since they're only female, that makes sense actually. They are hybrid, created by scientists. There's not much breeding going on there. Did I just? I did. I totally did. You know what? I'm just gonna add this much. How did I bring my cover down? It was at 98%. Some of these trees are quite large, blocking a bit of our view here. Okay, we're gonna go with that for now. How are you doing for food though? We'll get you some of this going on. Although, we've got live feeders all over here. Let's get another one right there. I, for a second there, got worried that the Indominus Rex just hurt the Carnotaurus. Whew, that was close. Okay. That makes me happy. You have an area where you can drink some water. I honestly, I love it. I'm really happy we introduced her in. So far, everything is looking great. Do we do a walk or just a drive-through right now? We'll wait till the end. Yeah. Actually, we are gonna have to drive through this area too, just to check everything out. We'll do a quick one. Okay. Just to check out how everyone's doing. What it's looking like. Do I even have to go through the gate? Nice. I make my own rules. So we have to remember, let's not get this gyrosphere stuck in any water. Leave our guest in a random spot, but most likely we probably will. I wanted to see how this, you know, placing the trees along this area, how it looks, and I'm pretty happy with it. I love the way the moon is sitting behind the mountain there. And we know our dinosaurs are hanging out around the water, so we'll just head right over there. We are not going to go in there. We made that mistake before. Yeah, it's not hard to spot. Oh, she's on a hunt. Let's go follow her. Oh my gosh, it's trying to get a goat. And she got her. That was fast. I mean, she's so cool. I hope you guys can hear her stomps right now, because I mean, the Majungasaurus, we heard their stomps. It's cool, but the Indominus Rex, you know it's coming. Imagine it's quiet at night and you're just on your nightly stroll in the dark forest. As you're walking around, you just hear those thump, thump, thump. I'm not doing the best job of, you know, mimicking that, but you just hear that, and it gets closer, it gets louder, and right through one of the trees. Yeah, I just did that. You guys saw that. Right through one of the trees. This guy just, the Indominus Rex, sticks his head right out. That'd be very scary. Majungasaurus is looking pretty swell now, you know? Like, these guys are cool at all, but what that Indominus Rex has, it is, Dr. Kajal was right. You know, you really do, you really get, you're in awe of what she is. But this guy's still so cool. Okay. I'm just gonna keep jumping over hills, doing whatever. It's not very productive. But it is looking good. I don't think we checked out this viewing gallery as well. Although I'm not the biggest fan of the way the viewing galleries have this like tint, blurry kind of vision through the glass. I wish there was a way to, you know, clear it up a little bit. Like, is there a defog button maybe? Because I understand a lot of people are breathing heavy right now. It's kind of nerve-wracking in an environment like this. You're just waiting for the goat, weren't you? Alright, we'll just quickly... Yeah, see? Look at this. Look at her. I think she's gonna hunt that goat. Can we get a roar? I'm sure we've heard it, but I haven't really paid attention too much. No? Okay. There it is. There it is. I don't know how you guys are doing it. I really don't. Alright, so we will now get our lagoon started. And right as I say that, it starts to snow. Wonderful. Okay, so we don't have a lot of space here. And so I would like to kind of create a rock and like wall around the backside of the lagoon, and then of course, you know, this area needs to have a viewing gallery. I should actually delete this path because we'll get an idea of where the path needs to lead after this goes in. So let's see what this looks like before anything else. Does that work? Seeing what other... I know... How does that look actually? Doesn't really give us a lot of viewing gallery space. Gonna test that out actually. Oh, the path really got raised there, didn't it? Okay. Let's add... Yeah, actually just remembered, we do need a hatchery for this, a separate one. So let's see what that looks like. I might have made this larger than it needs to be. Okay, that's good. It's a good space for viewing gallery, so I think this spot does look pretty good. Path in there. This is where it's going to get tricky because it's going to snow. It's going to be hard for us to see. I will actually even out, flatten the terrain. And hopefully that helps us. Yeah, a little, it's a lagoon. It'll be a little sunken in. And try to create like a ramp. Fixed ramp, is this the one? So how do you... Okay. Nice. Although, does that kind of get into our viewing gallery? We'll have to check that in a second here. Oh. So we'll have to keep those kind of things in mind. Those are very useful. Make sure we get storm defense on that. We don't really need additional bay. So a lot of these things are more important when, you're doing everything by the book of the game. Or have all the rules, on. So we will see if that works. It should. And apparently, is there a way? Okay. Just needed to come out a little bit more.
We are pleased to welcome a Syntausaurus to the park.
Let's see if a viewing gallery will kind of push this terrain away. I'm hoping it does. And Lagoon Gallery. What we'll do... Oh, let's get the path in actually. And one of them will be a raised stand and the other will be a lowered one. Kind of gives a guest two options. That kind of worked out. Okay.
We have added a new lagoon viewing gallery, ready for you to observe our marvelous marine reptiles.
Go ahead and synthesize an aquatic dinosaur, and then while that's going on, we'll decorate the sides of this. Now, do we go for, a more low-key herbivore type of friend here? Or the savages? Now, in Godzilla world, Godzilla universe, I know there's a character that is aquatic, and I'm trying to remember which one that is. I should have just done a little bit of research. So there's a water kaiju. There was a word I've been trying to, remember, even in the last episode, and it was kaiju. Now, I'm trying to remember from the last Godzilla movie, I don't remember if there was a aquatic kaiju in the movie. There was a fight scene in the ocean, but I feel like that happens all the time, right? So, there's one called Ibra, the crustacean kaiju. And by the looks of it, there's not really an aquatic dinosaur that really looks similar. Because this guy looks like just a very large lobster. If I could share the image, I will, and I'll just try to remember, and when I'm editing this video, that I'll add that image somewhere here right now. Hopefully I do, and you guys can see. But it just looks like a very large lobster, and we don't really have anything like that here. Got the swordfish-looking dinosaur, trout. Would I be right or wrong that this looks like a trout? And then you guys have these guys, and they're so cool. I really like this one, the Carnotaurus. And I have not introduced this in any of my lagoons so far. We've done all of these guys right here. The Attenborosaurus is an amazing aquatic dinosaur. They're so cool and rightfully named after David Attenborough, I believe. Right? Named after the esteemed British natural historian David Attenborough. Yep, there you go. They're so cool. So if it's large enough, maybe we'll introduce one more of these guys, but we're definitely doing these. Reminds me of a killer whale with that pattern and skin color. But all of the patterns are cool, so can't go wrong with doing random again here. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Okay, this is gonna be hard. That's why doing random is kind of makes it easier. You guys have seen how much time it takes me sometimes to get something selected. Like when we were trying to figure out who will represent T-Rex for us. That took some time. But I'm so glad they have the whole random genome, or just, yeah, genome thing. Okay. Very similar. Male and female there. Again, very similar. Female is pretty cool here. And the female is really cool here too. What was the pattern? Okay, I think I like this more. Do one of each. We'll get them a nest. $25 seconds. Okay. And we're gonna make a whole rock pattern for them. The cool thing is if you add the more aggressive aquatic dinosaurs, you get to add a hanging shark, or I think it's another one as well. And the way they jump out of the water is so cool. Okay, they're ready to release.
Prepare asset for release.
This is gonna be cool. First time seeing these guys in the game. Wow.
Named after Kronos, king of the Titans in Greek mythology. The Kronosaurus is a suitably titanic animal. This is a marine reptile that even a shark would think twice about confronting.
That's really good to know. And fitting that we've introduced a dinosaur like this, because our next park is called the Kronos Sanctuary. So pretty cool how that worked out. Although the name was right there, like, whoa, I couldn't have figured that out. These guys are actually pretty large, huh? I did not see that, or, you know, realize that. Now, you guys do need quite a bit of things. I'm trying to decide which one do we lower. Maybe we lower this one. They are getting more of a view, so let's lower this one. And let's just get you guys situated before we start building. Now, yeah, I can do something like that. And maybe one right here so it's pretty close to our guest. Kind of funny how it makes the wall barrier kind of move in. Okay. That's it? All you need? Like, you see how cool this is? I just want to add it for the sake of adding. If we add a, not the Megalodon, but the other guy, we can think about that. But we don't want to create a hostile environment for these guys. Okay, so I would like to also get the viewing dome in there. And I think probably just in the center would be ideal. And maybe have it be somewhere up here could work. Is that a viewing dome too when you do this? Now here's something I didn't realize. Is this also a viewing gallery if you added it against the lagoon wall? Because if so, I have been missing out on some viewing galleries.
We have added a new viewing gallery, ready for you.
What's
to
up with the
observe
cannon here?
Animals.
You're not trying to shoot the fish, are you? Is this real? I did not know they had a cannon on the top of these. That's hilarious. Okay, so I feel like it's been pretty dark, just night out throughout this episode. Oh, that was perfect timing. And the way these guys' teeth stick out of their mouth and just settle out there, like, you know they have a huge row of teeth. There's a big smile. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. This is easily the showman right here. You just know it. Okay. Now I don't think we're going to be able to add a waterfall right here. This is something I love doing in the game around the lagoons. It just adds for a really cool scene around a lagoon. We're going to try. We are going to try to see what's possible here. Oh, that was kind of intense right away, wasn't it? Where does the... It's right here. Okay, just want to check where that barrier goes to. That is kind of large. That is pretty large. Okay. Just looked a little improper. And I think if I actually just do this, we got shallow water, intensity's fine, radius is right about there. Let's see what I can do here. Yeah, we don't really have that much space when it comes to building here, sadly. Camo's just all finicky. If we can get it, yeah, if we can get it right here, that would be wonderful. Oh, that was almost it right there. Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. That's why I do it. That is why I do it. And if we can maybe... Don't think it's gonna be doable here. Might be on the side here. Yeah. Which is totally fine. That also looks amazing. And again, just right here, we'll see what's possible. I've said it before. It's almost like there's a place like the bridal showers is a lot of times what I'll try to mimic when doing this. I think if I just reduce the radius maybe. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome you to the park.
Let's push it too far. It's right there. Trying to make sure I don't mess with the rest of the other waterfalls here. There you go. it really looks cool. Tell me if you guys agree. And the way this is kind of just spilling over, it's kind of nice. Works. Okay. Actually, what I want to check is, will they be okay with a nest? Marine nest. Okay. Hopefully they take possession of that. And now let's go ahead and just kind of decorate our lagoon up. Make it look more like a natural lagoon. You guys doing good over here? We haven't checked on you in some time. Where's our buddy? There she is. You just can't miss her. I'm kind of glad actually she's much smarter than we are. I think one of her traits is intelligence. Placing her here just didn't seem fitting for the Indominus Rex, but I think she knew better. She came right here, took her section. Amazing spot to get water. I mean, props to you. You're smarter than us, it seems like. Okay, now... what kind of rock... oops, I think I just got rid of our nest. This was that humongous rock, I believe. Huge. Yeah. Where are the... I can just make one set. Is my... what do you call that? Collision off? Random scale position. I don't see collision. So... hopefully that's not a big problem. Or like a flatter rock, because I don't want to block the view of this either. Just quickly see what our other options are actually. It's a little more like deserty. Oh, it literally says desert. Okay. And Mediterranean and temperate. I think temperate might be more appropriate for us. Do they have taiga? Tropical. Yeah. I don't see... these are just dynamic. What does this mean actually? Dynamic scenery. One of you guys can tell me. That would be very helpful. I'll just look it up too later. But if you guys know, these do work for us actually. Kind of blends in with the scenery. I'm going to make just a set of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are
And then we'll
pleased to
sort of
welcome
copy that
Carnotaurus to
around
the
it.
park.
We get everything here? I hope so. Collision on. That's what it was. Okay, good to know. Create group. Collision is on. So basically, did you already have a baby? What? Oh, they did. Okay. Y'all move fast. That, I did not see that coming. Okay. Alright. So, actually, I'll do this. What are you obstructed by? Can you tell me? That's fine. Good to know. I don't really need to see that too much. There must be a setting to, you know, not have to worry about being obstructed. Apparently that's okay. So I'm gonna just see where I can place it and then maybe have to place smaller ones in those areas. Oh, this is fun. It's not gonna... Did I make maybe too large of a scenery group here? Funny, because if you just find that sweet spot, it doesn't have much of a problem. And right, so not too happy with the way I'm just keep getting obstructed here. I feel like shouldn't have to worry too much. If I turn collision off, is that a problem? No. Okay. I do want to keep collision on because I don't want the aquatic dinosaurs to, you know, just get lost in the rocks and then you don't really see them after that. Okay. That is kind of annoying. I think I'm blocking the food there. Alright. I will have to then probably just go individually place these rocks. And hopefully this doesn't cause for... Yeah. Still doesn't really want to work with me here. Another idea I did want to do also is... Yeah, I don't want to block the viewing dome, but place these on the ground here. And it kind of gives a cool, you know, rock effect. What am I obstructing? I'm gonna get so... not upset, just disheartened that the idea I had here... What if I just, you know, annoyingly try to click it into place? See, you don't want me to put this here because this will take up a lot of space. What if I put it like this? Obstructing, obstructing. Okay. Interesting. Not sure why that's okay. I'm gonna try something else here. Buddy. It's not that obstructive. I'm even okay with it coming out to, you know, about here. don't want to waste too much of you guys' time watching me on trying to figure out how rocks fit against a barrier. That doesn't make for a fun video or a fun experience for you guys. And you're just gonna just watch my frustration. Okay, so that's fine. That's okay. Let's just place another one for a reason. Okay. And I just don't like these exposed walls here. Thank you for working with me there. So we're not going off the map's boundaries either. What I'm confused about is, since we have been able to build on the wall, kind of hide the wall, it shouldn't be... Is it specific kind of rocks? Okay. Good to know that that's kind of working for us there. Is it me or is my FPS just kind of dropped quite a bit? It could be because of how large the park has gotten too. We'll think of something for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome our Mosasaurus to the park.
I can cover up the backside and then we'll work more inwards. Or towards the inside? Inwards? That's cool. Now you don't want to work? Always great to see. Oh, is it because of the feeding nest? I think that could be it. Oh, she popped her head out, he or she. That's great. Okay. Not sure what I just went into there. This is pretty cool. Could actually now just experiment with a few other rocks so that you get a little bit of variation. It doesn't look too, you know, mundane. Alright. So I think adding the rocks on the exterior really does give it more of that lagoon look. Now this area needs to be changed a little bit, or you know, just maybe adding more rocks there. And something is why I'm excited for the next park is because we're gonna really experiment in making custom viewing galleries blend into the environment. So like this could blend with the rocks, the type of architecture walls or anything we create with these. I think it's gonna look fantastic. And the snow settling actually looks really cool. Let's see that from a distance. Yeah, it looks, excuse me, it looks a lot more naturally there than having the walls be there, and then, you know, you just kind of stamped a lagoon into the area. Surrounding it with rocks, or, you know, you could probably do just a whole mountain range, anything like that. Now, this area is gonna bother me a little bit if we don't get maybe something here. Okay, this could actually work. You just have to make sure that the viewing gallery doesn't get too blocked. Just layering them under each other, like, really does have that natural look. Yeah, that's better. Might need to put something here because we do know this is a raised terrain. You know what, you guys? We're gonna introduce another aquatic dinosaur here. Now, when it comes to cohabitation, okay. These guys might not be the biggest fan of cohabitation. Let's see. Okay. And the classic Megalodon. They don't have a problem either? Alright. I would like to add the Megalodon. How large are you? 4.3 meters, 50 ton weight. I mean, you're large. And the Mosasaurus? Yeah. 2 meters. So they're much smaller. And Carnotaurus. They look big, but wow, the Megalodons are huge then. Okay. How about our friends here? Pretty small. Okay. We're just looking at them all, aren't we? Did we do this? This guy's giving very... The Mosasaurus is really cool, to be honest. I just don't want him or her to kind of mess with the Carnotaurus's environment. Got a very similar mouth and teeth situation that the Carnotaurus has. They are... Okay. I have not done the Mosasaurus, so we're gonna do that. If it is too big of a problem, we will find out what rewilding means in this game and how that works. Okay. Yeah, I'm really happy with the whole rock boundaries wall setup. Okay. So we got one guy, male and female. Just one male or a female. Stick to the female for now, and then maybe have to just synthesize another one, and we'll do a male. We got a minute for that. We'll continue on. I'm gonna have to figure out how to work with the whole obstruction thing. And before placing a viewing dome and nest, I wanted to line the whole floor with the rocks as well. Because I think it would give a really cool natural look to the lagoon we take that like right there. Probably actually do this. Is this blocking their view? No, it is not. Good to know. Do we maybe have like a more flat rock? The two there. Okay. How about this actually? Oh my gosh. I mean that, you just put down 3 of these and you're kind of done, aren't you? That would be cool because it's surrounding the nest, it's not digging into it too much. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay. These guys are very handy, this type of rock texture. Like very smooth, but I think it'll do a good job of covering up our ground. I'm a big fan of, you know, layering in these kind of games, especially Planet Coaster 2, and you can really get away with some cool looks when you layer something like that. Okay, so you got all of this open space here. I'm curious, if I stick this one down here, problem is, like, you know, the viewing dome, but we don't want to get rid of that. Luckily, we're not really covering up. We'll find out right now if that viewing dome is blocked or not. Okay. Go ahead and check on this. Okay, yeah. Very nice. Not blocked at all, actually. But the rocks do look really cool. Seeing the fishies, everything. Okay. Oh, I love that. Now that it's not night, it's not snowing, you really see it all. Just have to really decorate this open space here. Now, let's go ahead and release our Mosasaurus. These guys are going to be cool. I think it's just one right now. Wow. Okay. Right away. No. Yeah, that could be a problem. Go ahead and place it maybe right here. Give a good view for the guest. As well as right there. Want it right next to the nest. Okay. She has options. Now, You look ancient. He is not to be messed with. And I love the sound that is now would you call it just a growl? Is our water looking a little dirty? What just happened there? Okay. It's just the territory. Like she's trying to claim whatever's working for her. Let me see. Does she go into the rock? No, she doesn't. Okay, good to see that. So collision is working. Yes. Same with this. Oh. Is collision not a thing with these dynamic rocks? Wow, look at her, the Mosasaurus compared to the Carnotaurus. Please tell me you're not hunting. Okay, these feeders, are the rocks maybe a little too far out for them? Don't want to see that. Just don't want it to block the part where they can, you know, jump up and grab the shark. I think this side is, yeah, that's a problem. So we just take this, maybe just move it back a little bit, as well as that. There we go. Okay. Where are you at? Yeah, they're huge. I'm gonna get another one, and we'll do a male this time. Low. Another thing that can be done is just taking trees and sinking it down in the rocks. Something I've done a lot in Planet Coaster 2. Taking the fig trees and sinking them into the rocks that are surrounding a pond or a lake or anything like that. Really makes a cool natural look. Okay, so this time we'll get a male. Large appetite, sickly, okay. Not aggressive, and I believe when aggressive is the trait, they have a little harder time cohabitating with other dinosaurs. Got a minute there. I am gonna just fill this area in. Music is getting a little bit dark there. Not sure what that's about. Kind of filling in this area so they don't look too boring.
Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by.
Probably changed my intensity there. Okay. We may need to put a shelter over here since they are very far from the rest of the other areas or shelters. I want to block. This looks like a great spot, actually. Alright, so I noticed they were just running into these other areas. Now they do have the option. While the storm is happening, it's a perfect time to release our second Mosasaurus. Let's see. I don't know how much of a difference there's going to be between the male and the female. In size, at least. So no issue with the whole territory situation. Just agitated because of the storm. Okay. But territory doesn't seem to be a problem. Dinosaurs. I mean, am I wrong for putting a herbivore and a carnivore in the same lagoon? Really creating a hostile environment, though. If it becomes too big of a problem, we will deal with that. Mosasaurus needs it hidden from guests, so that really is not hidden. This is partially hidden. Shouldn't be too... Yeah, there's nothing really going on here. It's tucked in the back. We'll see if they use that. And I would also like to try my idea of getting the trees dug into here. Now, there's a section for just trees. Trees, there we go. Cypress. I kind of wish they didn't have this whole, what do you call that? Outline of the scenery piece. Pretty hard to see what you're working with. And it's raining too, so. Okay. No, that's a CMP, okay. Not the Mosasaurus. Basically looking for a tree that, just like this, it looks like a bush. And, you know, sticking it along the edges. Not sure where it went there. When you fill these gaps in here, it makes for a really cool, like, you could say moss build-up kind of look, but also it's a natural terrain. Not terrain. There's another word for that. But this is a trick I've done many, many times in Planet Coaster. So when you see from afar, it really does look naturally, you know, like it's meant to have this kind of overgrowth. Overgrowth? Didn't seem right. Just as time has passed by, right? Nature just keeps doing its thing. I think we noticed that when COVID happened, with the a lot of nature taking over pavement and streets. Remember in SF there was coyotes just in the walking around the streets, even like deers walking in places they would never walk because they're so heavily populated. But because everyone had to stay in, you know, they took their opportunity. And why wouldn't they? Yeah, really like that. just kind of having it come up a little bit as you're getting towards the back, as if it's growing into the water. Oh, we got another baby Mosasaurus. That's awesome. That's exactly what I was hoping would happen. So maybe they don't have a problem with their territory as of right now. Hopefully. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry you guys. No reason for you to be in the shelter anymore. I don't even think they needed the shelters to be open. So, do you see how it's naturally just looks like a lagoon now? That's so cool. Okay. Not advanced move.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I have it coming through the crevices. Do you see how that looks so... I don't know why I'm so, like... I get so happy when, you know, you can really add to realism with these kind of small little details. So, I think just a little bit more of these guys in and it'd be pretty much done. And again, this is another thing I could have done off camera, but I did want to show you guys what it looks like once it's kind of all there. And then, you know, you can kind of fill these gaps in right here. And it just looks so cool because, again, it's just layering. And even if you see the Jurassic Park movies, you see a lot of these kind of environments where there's so much greenery in those movies. Even in Land Before Time, like, I think sometimes, I'm sure you guys actually don't forget, I just, to remind myself that, you know, back then a lot of nature wasn't affected by us, by humans. And so there was a lot going on. So if you're trying to recreate that, it's important to really fill in the areas with trees, bushes, any kind of foliage. Okay. It's too bad it's just started snowing because it's gonna kind of cover up what we've done so far here. Is it possible for me to make this kind of trickle down, then trickle down here again? There's a place in Maui called Seven Pools or something like that. And it's like a little pool of water, then another one. It's like 7 of them, and eventually they fall into the ocean. It's on the Hana Road. And if I can kind of recreate that here, that would be pretty cool. I just don't want to mess with... There you go. Okay. Perfect. Worked out right away. Yeah, that looks awesome. Not sure what's going on here. Do not like that at all. We have smooth. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that looks so cool actually. What's going on here? Why were you moving like that? You guys saw that, right? And how are... Whoa. I don't remember Mosasaurus with that pattern. Unless... Yeah, do you guys remember this one? Is this a juvenile? No. Falling to juveniles? Cohabitation. Yeah. Okay. As long as you're not, you know, hurting. Where's a Carnotaurus? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. As long as you guys aren't hurting each other, I think we'll be fine. See? Just hanging out. Just respect each other and everything will be good. I don't want to hear about anything. Alright, so basically what I wanted to get done here is there. When it comes to Lagoon, my main thing is to, like, what I'm gonna have to keep an eye on is to make sure I have enough space behind or just all around the lagoon, so there's enough area to kind of create a cool environment. What nest is this? We got some more baby, my goodness, what are their names? Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus? Is the Indominus Rex just hanging out over here? That's... I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. He knows what she wants. And I'm pretty happy that we've just got the one, right? Because when it comes to Godzilla, it's just the one and only Godzilla. And then, I believe, if I'm wrong, please correct me. Because other than that, in the whole Godzilla universe, you just have it, the people he goes up against, right? Mothra and then many others. So, I think, isn't this the one we did a status check on before? Centaur, it's the same one, isn't it? I told you guys. I don't know if she's stuck here, but it's always the one with the purple crest. She hangs out here. She is elderly. She knows what she wants, and being that this seems like her favorite environment, I'm not going to tell her otherwise. Okay. Let's see if we can find... Everyone's just getting elderly, huh? Bunch of Centaurus. Where is the Iguanodon? There you are. Two of them right there. Looking cool as ever. Yeah, I really like these guys. Just like the way they walk around. Who's this? Oh, Majungasaurus. And then... You know, we haven't checked on our aviary, so... Since we've kind of finished up our lagoon now, hopefully the snow kind of fades away. We'll start out here and then make our way into the other areas. I'm so sorry to this one. We'll release her right now, and then we will probably just rewild you, if that's an option. I don't think that's an option because they are a hybrid, right? You know what? We are gonna have to... This is gonna be your home right here. Since we're not synthesizing any more dinosaurs, that'll be your home. I think it's a really cool way for the guests to enter this park. They just see an Indominus Rex at the entrance. I mean, doesn't get cooler than that, right? And here's our first creation in the whole park. This arrival point building. Simple. I think you guys saw that build. And then we took a blueprint archway thing and altered it, as well as this toilet we built. This way heads to the staff lounge, or not lounge, but village. You've got... You know what, actually? I'm gonna release this guy. Got 5 seconds on it. Because if she's just walking around in the background, it would be kind of cool to see that as we're walking around here. But you guys have seen this area a lot. I'm not going to bore you with walking through this whole part. We'll just do a quick overview. Aviary, we got to check out. Those guys are pretty cool over there. Okay. Welcome. Wow. Okay, is she cooler? Is she cooler than our... I like the... It's almost like camo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome an Indominus Rex to the park.
That is just almost like, yeah, you need a big change for your environment. And you just need a new environment. This is not going to be big enough for you. We may have to just move you over, to be honest. For now, I'll leave it as is, and then we will transport her. But thankfully the snow has now faded. We can kind of see the park a little better. And after we had finished this area, we had built the park tour and then the aviary, but we'll head to the aviary right now. Let's see how everyone's doing. Yeah, this is cool. Everyone's just flying around. You got these guys. They're so cool. The Compsognathus. I don't think I said that right. I love the way they walk too when they're on the ground. Is your beak bigger than your whole body? No, not bigger than your body. Is it bigger than your wing? It's not, but it's almost the same size, it feels like. That's cool. And then we had also had the Tapahera. Unless, wait, you look similar. What? No, okay. Yeah, they're different. Just the little snout area looked very similar to the Compsognathus. Please excuse me. Okay. So after that we had taken care of the park tour, or before the aviary, and you've got awesome people, awesome dinosaurs like these guys. And I'm so happy that the family is expanding here for the Mammosaurus. They've really, you know, claimed their territory. I think it's a fantastic area because of the decent sized waterfall. They're really kind of tucked away and can do whatever they want. Out here it's pretty busy. All the other dinosaurs, all our other friends are kind of hanging out. You guys are messing around with the truck? Just, you know, let them drive. Oh, I think he's checking. I think they're just checking on the dinosaurs. But yeah, you got all of them over here. These guys just... they were on a mission to breed. Like, they did not let up. You guys could see that. And, who else do we got here? I haven't seen too much of the Gallimimus. Or I think we just really haven't given them enough attention. They do move pretty fast as well. Yeah, okay. All right here. Look at this whole flock. Oh, they just kept getting more and more. They're so cool too. Oh, is it me or it just keeps growing? Look at you just sticking your head out over there. Oh, there's so many just right here. Like, I love that the herbivores really just cohabitat in the best way. Commingle, whatever you want to call it. And then, you know, the Therizinosaurus was our first, like... the Stegoceratops was the first dinosaur, but this guy... I mean, they were the selling point. And then... yeah, I'm just so happy with the way all of this turned out. So, as you came over here, we had our next attraction for the Gyrostation. This is when things get a little bit more serious, right? You've got...
Ladies and gentlemen,
what is she gonna say?
pleased to welcome a
Oh, thank goodness.
Mosasaurus to the park.
I thought she was gonna say we have another tornado. Okay. Thankfully, we took care of that in the beginning of the episode. But... I think these guys are so cool. And again, another recommendation. And I think a really cool recommendation because... I don't know if I would have picked these guys out right away and realized how cool their horns look, you know? should just click on him. I don't know why I was making it hard for myself, try to follow him. But yeah, that pattern is so cool. Are you having territory issues? You are. This was a bit of a challenge. They don't seem like, you know, they're not really attacking each other. Wow, they're all just hanging out here. Is a war about to break out? You're alive, right? Okay, good. There's something going on here. These guys really... Where's the Indominus Rex? You just know she'll come over here and all these people will scatter. Where are you at? You got quite the confidence to take a nap right here. I mean, I know they're not really happy with sharing territories and all, but tell me this doesn't look awesome. If you just turn off some settings, I believe that's how it works, right? Like, they're not going to really attack each other unless you turn that on and you're trying to create a gladiators arena type of situation. Where is our Indominus Rex? So this is her territory. And you know, I completely forgot we do have those mini dinosaurs here. Oh, you're just taking a nap as a goat challenges you. Yeah, she's so cool. I mean, does it get better than this? Now, there was another dinosaur, I believe, here. Trying to find out if I can. So Violet Pixie Diva had reminded me that it was a Spinoceratops. No, was it called? No, Spinosaurus. Why am I adding Ceratops? That's good. Spinosaurus was the dinosaur I was thinking about. And I guess we don't have, yeah, that is one that we don't have in this. Let me just double check that before before we head over to the lagoon. I believe we don't have. No, we don't. Okay. There might... They may add it down the road, right? So there's another channel where the hype... Is it Hypod? They guessed, or they're guessing in what the next DLC might be. And they believe... I believe the channel is called Evolution something. And she said that the next DLC looks like it could be Chaos Theory, which I will definitely be grabbing right away. I think that's... It could have some really cool, not just scenery pieces, but introduce some really cool dinosaurs. I'm trying to see if I just don't move fast enough, and I know that could be kind of annoying, so I'm sorry about that. We can see if we can find the little baby dinosaurs. Yes, they're not baby, just miniature. I mean, look at these dudes. Look at the way they hop. That is... I mean, that's just... I know they're savages. They will mess us up. But they're still so cute. Goat's bigger than him, you know? But... Oh. We gotta chase. You know we're gonna have to check this out. Oh, come on. Why'd you stop there? That goat didn't even try at the end there. Alright. Cool. You guys are gonna have to watch him have a meal. Now... Yeah, they're gonna have to wait, huh? That's interesting. You just holding them off back here? You guys are blocked in. You realize that, right? Because if you look behind you... You got two Majungasauruses that have decided... Nope. That's funny. That is so funny. Okay. And Indominus Rex has woken up. Just like I do in the morning. Take a big gulp of some water. Are you gonna go brush your teeth now too? I think there's a branch or some... Yeah, you can definitely do something like that. I'm so happy with that. I want to make a whole enclosure just for the Indominus Rex. But if Chaos Theory DLC comes out soon, I'm 100% getting it, and then we'll see what kind of cool dinosaurs they'll add into that. And right here we have got, whoa, you guys seen this? This Mosasaurus is glowing. What? I did not know this was a thing. Yeah, the size comparison is pretty crazy. I think that's just a juvenile, but compared to the Carnotaurus, these guys are big. So that's new for me. I did not know that some of these dinosaurs have this kind of glow effect on their patterns. And is that for other dinosaurs too? Because you know I'm gonna want to do something about that. That would make for a really cool Halloween park down the road when that time comes around October. But yeah, it does look like it is glowing. That is amazing. What is that pattern called? Do we have that option to see that? Oh, this is cool. Okay. I need to look more into this. Okay. Before anything, because I'm curious, are we... I doubt it's a thing, because this is a hybrid. I don't think you would be able to rewild. Yeah, not releasable. Okay. Good to know. Just to mix up our dynamic in the carnivore enclosure. You know she's gotta head over there and have some fun. Okay. I think it's so cool. The way these three are just almost close to each other. You got the that lagoon that looks really cool, and if you guys haven't done this, highly recommend just sync it. I made it look a lot harder than it needed to be, but if you can take a single rock, maneuver it, maybe there's a setting that makes it easier to build on top of the enclosure walls or barriers actually, and you can create these natural kind of environments and make a more natural looking habitat. I think it's so much more worth it. And of course, you know, the new Jurassic World movies they do have that one lagoon scene where they've got those big I think banners on the wall. Let me just see here really quick actually. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Lagoon decorations, yep. So they have these kind of banners all throughout, and because when I first time used this, that was where my mind went immediately. That's the coolest thing. I think this guy is gonna be in the thumbnail. I don't know how I don't take advantage of that, but there you guys have it. I know I was talking about something completely different over there, and honestly, I'm just looking at everything. It really came out amazing here. Let's before I forget, let's go ahead and transport our Indominus Rex over to this side. I think that's your other area, but it doesn't seem to be messing with them. So really happy with the way everything turned out, you guys. This park is so cool, and if you guys would actually like this park on the workshop, and you'd like to mess with it, you know, fix some things you've seen in the videos where you're like, oh, he should have done that, or I wish he did this, you're more than free to. And if you guys do and you want to share with me or let me know, definitely do so. If you know, if it's not on YouTube, if it's in Discord, I have my Discord link below, and you can just share that with me. But if you guys do want this in the workshop, it is not, of course, it's not some high-level, high-tier customized park, but there's a lot of different things where you can mess with. You can do a few things if you want to, you know, reintroduce some new dinosaurs. The only dinosaur by the look of it is the Indominus Rex that can't be rewilded or rehabilitated. would be the word, right? To the wild. Everything else can. And you guys can add whichever dinosaurs you want to. Or completely take the park apart and just kind of mess with it the way you want to. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me on this journey and completing Sakura Reserve. It was a lot of new things we've learned and a lot of cool things we've created. And I thank you guys for actually joining me on this whole journey. And I look forward to starting the next park series with you guys. As I've said before, it's called Chronos Sanctuary. Thanks to a subscriber and helping me pick out that name. I think it's a fantastic fitting name for the next park. But thank you guys. I'm going to keep saying it again and again. Thank you so much. Thank you for checking out the channel. And if you're new and you've made it this far, please subscribe if you'd like to. There's so many more videos coming out in the future. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well as a wonderful week. Take care. Bye.